evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to this shit's a rant. And of course, I'm your host, you to the sign off and imitate, never duplicated superstar to vicious. And we're going to be going over Raw this week once again in the ThunderDome. No, I'm still having fun doing that. But before we get into that, we're going to switch gears, talk about last week's SmackDown via the SmackDown Rewind, and, well, it's the fallout from Survivor Series, and the big highlights that happened. Roman lashed out at Jay, not in a pissed off rage kind of way, more like that stern dad doing the I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed kind of way, and talking about on how guys like Kevin Owens, they don't fear him and he wants him to make sure they understand they need to. So yeah, possibly building up a feud between Roman and Kevin Owens, which I'm all good with. Other than that, big highlights, Daniel Bryan had a match with Sami Zayn, which was a fucking amazing match. These two guys are honestly some of the best. There's no arguing there. But Sami got the win via countout, hook or crook, you know. And then afterwards, you see a backstage segment with Sami and Big E. So my personal best, 10 get you 20. We may get a three-way dance between them for them boys at TLC for the Intercontinental title. Bianca Belair had a moment to shine with Natalya. Bianca got the win, and Murphy wound up getting a win against King Corbin, but there's a twist. And not in the shitty M. Night Shyamalan ding dong with a twist kind of way, but more like a what the fuck. Because Murphy came out with Elias attached to his shoulder with Ray and Dominic right behind him, and just the whole time I'm just sitting there scratching my head like, what the fuck? Dude, she's barely out of high school. I mean, listen, I understand she's legal and all, but goddamn, man. And it does not feel right to me. Maybe it's because, you know, I'm 35 going on 36. I got my personal preferences. I don't go and chase after a woman no younger than 26. You know? It just, no. Anything younger than that just feels like I'm chasing. It just don't feel right to me. Ugh. But it's just, ugh. But the Mysterios, Ray and Dominic, were cheating on Murphy's behalf, like distracting Corbin so that way Murphy can get a second win and then gets the win, and then they're going to have a rematch this week, and now I'm just like, what the fuck? Listen, I understand this is wrestling and all, but just a few weeks ago you were ready to go and peel that dude's skin off with a Singapore cane, and now you're okay with him knocking boots with your little baby girl? Huh? So anyways, on with the show. Let's get into this Raw now. It started off, oh dear Lord in heaven, it started off with a moment of bliss, and whew, little Miss Bliss, being all fine that she is, introduces Randy Orton. Randy comes out, and you know Randy's serious because he was wearing shorts and a sleeved hoodie. So yeah, Randy was in serious mode tonight. Randy was talking, you know, basically to sum up on how the conversation went on a moment of bliss was Alexa was saying that Randy knows the Fiend, Randy was saying he knows Bray, and Randy was saying he wants to know, he's trying to figure out the Fiend's weakness, and then he looks at Alexa, I think I found it. And then she stands up and looks at him and, oh my god, the fucking height comparisons. Listen, I know Randy Orton's like 6'5", 6'6", and Alexa Bliss is only like 5 foot tall, but my god. For a minute there, for a minute there, it was almost like seeing a midget standing up against Giant Baba. That was my first thought. Maybe that's just me and my brain's weird, but that's just what my first thought was. Like, god damn. There is a huge fucking height difference. But then the Fiend's cryptic, creepy stuff starts up, and then the Fiend comes out. Alexa Bliss is in Randy's arms, which many girls all wound up thinking, Alexa Bliss, you lucky son of a bitch. Whereas guys like me are saying, Randy Orton, you lucky son of a bitch. Either way, next thing you know, Randy, whoop, catch, tosses her to Alexa, crawls on out, like, I got you, I got you. So he now knows what the Fiend, he now basically has the Fiend's kryptonite. More than likely gonna get a match at TLC. I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't mind stretching this out a little until Royal Rumble. Just give us an extra month of seasoning, if you will, because the way that they're doing it, I think there could be a lot of storytelling with it. But anyways, on with the show. First match of the night. Jeff Hardy against Elias in a Symphony of Destruction match. Sorry, me. Me's not here right now to call this match. If you're a fan of Megadeth, you get that reference and you're awesome. Yeah. It was an okay match. It was a little bit of a brawl right up until we got a little R-Truth 24/7 moment when Elias went to the piano. R-Truth was hiding in the piano and then ran out. And then you saw the 24/7 chasers come out. Elias smashed Akira Tozawa with a guitar. Jeff Hardy smashed Drew Gulak with a guitar. And then they just looked at each other like, yeah? And then proceeded brawling, and then Elias wound up leading the pace a little after the break. Had some nice little back and forth. Not necessarily definitely not on a 2020 highlight reel. Not that there's many matches that are, but probably one of the cooler parts was Jeff went to go for a Whisper in the Wind off the top. Elias, wham, cracked the guitar, caught him like right on the hamstring tailbone area of his leg. Just god damn, and he looked like he put some stank on that swing. And on a side note, I gotta remember to Google on how to gimmick a guitar. Mental note on that. But yeah, after that, he broke off the part of the guitar, had it. Next thing you know, was getting ready to go to Jeff's, like, gonna go and jam it into him. Next thing you know, Jeff moves and he jams it into a speaker and gets shocked. Like you would see from like from the old Home Alone, like from Home Alone, or when Randy Orton threw Goldust into a circuit breaker. Hopefully though, Elias doesn't come back with a stuttering Tourette's-like issue, which winds up revealing Jeff has Playboys or Maxims of Mandy Rose or Dana Brooke. Either way though, if there are Playboys with Dana or Mandy in them, please feel free to send them to me so that way Jeff doesn't have to read them. Anyways, match came to an end when, right after that, Jeff started proceeding to go and slam Elias' head into the stairs a few times, put him on a table, loaded a bunch of string instruments on top, got to the top and did a swanton off it. Now, here's where the scary part was. Jeff went to do it. The stairs are right here. He landed and his neck landed like this when he impacted. So it was like, ah! Hopefully Jeff is okay though, but he got the win. Next matchup, we got Ricochet going against Slapjack from Retribution. And nice little bit of back and forth going on with each other and we even had a little spot where Dana Brooke came out. bitch slapped Mustafa Ali in the face, called out Mia Yim Reckoning, and then next thing you know, slap nuts, wound up getting distracted from it, and then they had a little bit of brawl, and then Slapjack wound up hitting like this spinning, twisting neck breaker, which in a way looked like a really fast variation of like the honky tonk shake, rattle, and roll. Just not so flamboyant, more so just boom, looking to get it done. Next up, we got women's tag match. Asuka and Lana going against Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Lana was very surprising at the start. She wound up doing pretty damn good with Shayna, and listen, I know we all know on how we all feel about Lana, you know, and this, that, and the other. But you can't deny she's improved in the ring some. And if you want to make the argument, oh, Shayna Baszler shouldn't do that kind of stuff with somebody like Lana. 1, fuck you. 2, fuck you. 3, watch some indie shit and see some of the shit Shayna Baszler has done. She was not constantly a ass-kicking machine. She got put on the ass end of an ass whooping plenty of times also by other women. So God forbid she should get put on the ass end of an ass whooping by a woman in a WWE ring. That said, heels wound up leading after that part, then the heels wound damn it! Went really long without having to do something like that. Nia and Shayna started leading and doing dual sinking, power bombs into the barricades, into the break, and then after that it kind of, well, there was a big what the fuck moment, because at one point when Asuka was in the ring, she wound up, it looked like she was trying to go for a kick that got to Nia, missed. Nia still selling it though, proceeded to go and run, and then Lana pulled the ropes down and Nia intentionally ran through the ropes on it. Just, what the fuck? Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. Decent, yeah. That's about as much as I want to say on that. Match came to an end when Lana tagged herself in. She tried to do a crossbody off the top onto Shayna Baszler. Shayna rolled through and then proceeded to pop in the Caribou to clutch. Had it in, scissored Lana. As she's doing that, Asuka then bounces off the ropes. Boom! Hits her with a Shining Wizard. Breaks them up. Asuka then backs off. Lana then proceeds to roll her half-conscious body over Shayna and gets the 1, 2, 3. That was it. Now you notice for the past 2 weeks now that Lana has pinned Shayna, not Nia, who's been the main protagonist in this little scuffle between them. So you know she's eventually going to get the big win over Nia. That's where the payoff's coming. Next up, we got Xavier Woods going in singles action. First time in a year, going against Cedric Alexander. And before they did, they made the congratulations. And again, and I'll say it here, congratulations to Xavier Woods for becoming a host on the upcoming G4, on the rebirth of the G4 network. Hopefully we get a segment where he winds up schooling the shit out of Adam Sessler, or even Morgan Webb. I'd be cool with that too. But yeah, that's really cool. Mixing when you can have a wrestler who's a nerd and do video games, make wrestling in a positive get the damn words right, man. When you could take a wrestler outside of the wrestling ring and put him in a position in a positive way, that's always cool in my book, no matter what. Whether it's on a video game show, a movie, reading to kids, or saving puppies and kittens out of a burning orphanage or something. Whatever. Either way, as far as this match goes, Woods got the shit kicked out of him by Cedric before the match even started. After that, Woods led after the break. And this was pretty much Xavier's match. He was pretty much leading the pace and the flow through the whole damn thing. Whew, that was damn good to see. And decent, it was a good match. I dug it, you know. Match, not necessarily one you'd write home about. It was like, I mean, it was good, but it wasn't like, oh my god. But match came to an end. Cedric wound up hitting a lumbar check out of nowhere. Got the 1, 2, 3. That was it. 10 gets you 20. We're going to get a tag title match with Hurt Business against New Day at TLC. Next up, we got Triple Threat #1 Contenders match. Keith Lee, AJ Styles, and Matt Riddle all going against each other. And Lee was leading at the start and was like, no, you're getting your ass whooped first. Wham. You're getting your ass whooped now. Wham. Now you're both getting your ass whooped. Boonk. Basically kind of going like that, being the big man. And, you know, be honest, Keith Lee's a monster. Yeah, he's a big guy. Try and have a 220-pound guy go and say they can kick the crap out of a 340-pound man. How well you think that's going to go? But yeah, it was a good, I dug it, you know. Everyone had a nice good time to shine with their little one-on-one segment moments. Now, match came to an end when Riddle and Lee, they were exchanging blows. Lee wound up doing, or not Lee, Riddle wound up doing the jumping high knee on the Lee, which took him out. Afterwards, he was like, woo, looking like he was 3 sheets to the wind. Turned around. Next thing you know, AJ, wham, popped him with the phenomenal forearm. 1, 2, 3. That was it. So your winner and new #1 contender for the WWE title is AJ Styles, which honestly made the most sense. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd love to see Keith Lee against Drew McIntyre for the world title, but it would make more sense with AJ. On a side note, there was a backstage segment where Riddle, he was nursing his wounds. MVP came up to him, trying to rub it in his face on how he lost. And then Riddle was trying to pitch business ideas for business pitches for the Hurt Business, and then MVP was like, no, stop. I don't like your ideas. They're stupid. You're stupid. And I ain't doing business with you. And then I'm paraphrasing, mind you. Next thing you know, Lashley comes out of nowhere, decks the shit out of Riddle, pops him into full Nelson, and then, yeah. So I'm guessing we're going to get a feud between them coming up. Next up, we got women's action. Dana Brooke going against Reckoning, Mia Yim, and Dana pretty much busted out of the gate from the start. Afterwards, now, the biggest part everyone's been talking about since it happened was in the midst of the match, Reckoning's mask came off. Now, while it's wrestling and it's live television, well, goddamn, pal, you can't go and stop the match to go and do, wait, no, click, I need my gimmick back on. So, we went on with the show. We went on with it. Hell, she may even wind up being one that works. It may even work out for her, going to take it off before getting into a match from here on out. But, yeah, it was a fluffer match. It was that match to go in between the triple threat and the main event. So, that breather match, if you will. Match came to an end when Dana Brooke got the win over Reckoning via a roll-up. Not necessarily how I would have wanted the finish to go, but I could spend all day being fantasy booker and say I want matches to have this finish and this, but I'm not gonna. Now we come to main event of the night. Drew McIntyre and Sheamus going against Miz and Morrison. Now, before the match happened, earlier in the night, there was a Miz TV where Miz and Morrison were interviewing Sheamus, and they were talking about on how, you know, Jimmy should be upset because his buddy Drew has the world title and Sheamus don't, and it's been a good 5 years since he's had the title, and last time he was world champ, his reign lasted about 2 months, and then they proceeded to do a sneak attack on him. Now, trying to plant the seeds of doubt for them, but didn't happen. I'll tell you that now. With this match, it didn't happen. Miz and Morrison, they pretty much got murdered at the start. Sheamus, surprisingly, was actually the team punching bag in this match. Honestly, I thought it would have been Miz or Morrison getting put on the ass end of the ass whooping, but Sheamus was, and it was in a believable way. It's not like they were both on their Sheamus and the other Miz, or Sheamus and Miz, or Sheamus and Morrison were on their feet trading blows. No, they kept Sheamus down on the ground, gouging his eyes, working on him, stomping on him, doing whatever they can to keep him from getting up. And when you're going against two really big, jacked up dudes like that, yeah, that's really the best way to take them down. You know? So, match came to an end when AJ Styles, who was doing commentary for the match, wound up coming up out of nowhere, did a phenomenal form on the McIntyre, and then was yelling at Miz to cash it in. Cash in his contract. Cash it in. Because earlier, Miz and Morrison were trying to kiss up to AJ, saying they wanted him to work with them to take out McIntyre. And then AJ was like, yeah, I'll do it. Hey, you don't understand. Wait, what? Yeah, I'll do it. I'll work with you. Well, we didn't expect you to be so okay with it right at the start. Because it'd be easier to win the title off of you, Miz, than it would be off of McIntyre. I'll see you out there. But they proceeded to beat the crap out of McIntyre. Next thing you know, just as they were about to go and cash in, McIntyre takes out Miz with a Claymore. And yeah, and it looks like AJ and McIntyre have a stare down. Next thing you know, Omos winds up carrying AJ out, and AJ the whole time, beautiful fucking chicken shit heel-like thing. You know, if he wasn't holding me back, I'd kill you. I'd beat you senseless. You're lucky. You're lucky. You better hold me back, because I'll get him. I'll get him. I fucking loved it. I fucking loved it. I love that part. So, yeah. That is it for this week's show, folks. So, like all normal, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch some of the other episodes if you can. Look for me on the Twitter at TimVicious. Also, on my Facebook gimmick, Tim Ash. You can look for me on my Facebook gimmick or my Twitter. Damn it! First time botching here. You can look for me on my Facebook gimmick. Let me know you found me on there from here or on the Twitter at TimVicious. Anything great. Keep John going. Thank you to my executive producer, Ali Ray Ben, who did provide the music for this week's show. Check it out. It's music's on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud, all that good shit. Details are down there below. Also, thank you to contributor of this show, LFC Lingerie Fighting Championship. A little bit of wrestling, a little bit of MMA, and a whole lot of attractive women wearing a little bit of nothing. Also, folks, don't forget to follow these cool-ass cats right here on the Twitter. Axel Melody, Kenny Killer, DSB_IV, Diabolica RA, and Sergeant Curry Pants. Folks, like I always tell y'all, you love me great, you hate me. Fuck you.